You were just doing your job, driving truck, but now you're hurt. The truck's parked and the bills don't stop. And almost immediately you hear this: you're not covered, or you're an independent contractor. That's not workers' comp. If you were injured while driving truck in Iowa, that answer might sound final, but here's the truth. In Iowa, how you're classified matters, but companies still get it wrong more often than drivers realize. I want to walk you through this the right way. I've handled serious trucking injury cases for over 20 years across Iowa, Minnesota, and Wisconsin. I also hold a Class A CDL. I've been behind the wheel. I understand the rules, the pressure, the challenges of driving semi around careless drivers, and how fast blame gets shifted onto the driver. This video is for injured truck drivers in Iowa, company drivers, independent contractors, and owner-operators. Here's the big picture. Workers' compensation eligibility in Iowa depends on how the law sees you, not just what the company calls you. There are three main categories: employee, independent contractor, and owner-operator. Now let's break each one of them down. First, employee truck drivers. If you're a W-2 driver, driving company loads, under company control, you're generally eligible for Iowa workers' compensation. If you are injured while working, that can include medical care, weekly benefits, and permanent disability if the injury is serious. But in Iowa, employers fight hard. They challenge whether the injury really happened at work. They push light duty early. They question causation. Just because you're an employee doesn't mean they won't contest your claim. Next, independent contractors. This is where things get confusing. If you're a 1099 driver, leased onto one carrier, paid by the mile or the load, you've probably been told you're not eligible for workers' comp. But here's the key point. The label alone does not always decide the issue. Iowa courts look at the actual relationship. Who controls the work? Who sets the rules? Are you economically dependent on one carrier? Do you really operate an independent business? Many drivers labeled independent contractors are actually misclassified, and misclassification can mean workers' comp coverage still applies to you. Third, let's talk about owner-operators. If you own your truck, pay your own insurance, and truly run your own operation, you are often not covered under traditional Iowa workers' comp. But some owner-operators opt into coverage. Others carry occupational accident policies. But here's what matters. No workers' comp does not mean no case. If a car caused the crash, or another trucking company was involved, or someone's equipment failed, there may be a third-party claim that goes far beyond workers' comp. Here's what injured truck drivers in Iowa get wrong a lot. They assume the company's first answer is the final answer. They miss notice deadlines. They let the carrier control medical care. They assume workers' comp is their only option. In Iowa, one missed deadline can end your claim. If you were injured while driving truck in Iowa, don't rely on HR, dispatch, or the insurance adjuster to tell you what your rights are. Preserve those lease agreements. Preserve those dispatch records. Preserve those pay statements. Get your classification reviewed early before assumptions cost you your health, your income, or your future. If you're an injured truck driver in Iowa, whether an employee, independent contractor, or owner-operator, you deserve a straight answer. Before you assume you're out of options, find out where you actually stand. Call the number on the screen or use the link in the description to get more information or schedule a free consultation.